Hello! Today I'm going to take you through my preferred method for making a pom-pom. These are perfect to add to those winter hats and really finish them off nicely. So I like to use a pom-pom maker. Now if you're anything like me and you remember making out of a cereal packet these circles and then winding it around, I mean you can do it that way if you like, but personally I think that's too much effort. I love using these. I find them a lot quicker, a lot neater. You can make much denser pom-poms with these as well. So you can buy these anywhere. You can get, branded items, or I'm going to be honest, this one was from Amazon. I can't remember if it was branded or not. But they're fairly inexpensive and a really good thing to have in your toolkit. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, you want to take your yarn, find the end, and you want to just cut a decent length, okay? Just so you've got this ready. I have made this mistake so many times that I haven't done this first, and it just all goes a bit awry. So my recommendation is to cut that length of yarn first. That's what you will use to basically tie it together at the end. So this has two bits that open up, one that goes that way, one that goes that way. You just want to open up one at the start, and then all you do, oh god, I'm always in a bit of finger and thumbs with this. So all you want to do basically is just start wrapping your yarn round. Now you can do this really neatly if you want to. Some people are really diligent about making sure it's all evenly spaced. I'm gonna be honest with you, life's too short for that. I definitely don't do that. I'm a little bit slapdash in how I wind this round. I personally don't think it matters. You still get a lovely, thick, dense, lovely, even pom-pom at the end. So in my mind, no point wasting your time trying to get it all neat at this stage, because you can neaten it up later. So you just need to keep winding this round. And a good gauge to know that you've got enough on is that when you close it, it's a tight fit. So if you see, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but there's like a gap in there. You want to fill that gap basically. That's a good guide for how much yarn you want to wrap around. So you basically just want to keep going with that. You probably don't want to watch me winding this round, so I'm going to speed the video up at this point, and then I'll come back when I'm about to move over to the next side. Okay, you can see that's a lovely tight fit now. You have to kind of push it in to get it in, and it stays in and it's nice and secure. So that personally would be a decent amount of yarn to put on this side of the pom-pom. Okay, so the way that I would move it over is I simply would open it up, bring it round, and just start wrapping on that side. You can snip the yarn if you want to, but I've done that before and I found obviously if this side accidentally opens up, it just all unravels, whereas this way just keeps it a bit secure whilst you're working on the other side. So this is literally, you just repeat this, you just keep wrapping round and round and round and round and round. Again, I'm going to speed this video up because you don't need to sit there watching me do that. Okay, so we're finished. So you'll have both sides wrapped with yarn. Just check that they're fairly even. And then what you want to do, snip off your yarn, that to the side. There you have your yarn all wrapped around. Now, here's the scary bit. You need to cut this now. So I use a pair of embroidery scissors. I find with them being quite slim, it's really easy to kind of get in there and get it cut. They're also quite sharp, so it's easy to get through. I've made the mistake in the past of using thicker scissors, blunter scissors, and to be honest, it failed. So you'll see there's a little groove in there. That's where you want to cut down. So my advice is to make sure you hold this tightly, because once you've cut this, the only thing that is holding all of this together is you pushing that down, okay? So you then start cutting. You see, you're already getting that lovely fluffy pom-pom look. I love adding pom-poms to my kids' hats. And just put that bit there. And just make sure you hold that really securely and go over to the other side and do the exact same thing. Right, so now you've got that cut. Oh, I missed a bit there. There we go. So now you've got that cut. That piece of string, that piece of yarn that you cut at the beginning now comes into play. So you want to take that piece of yarn, that needs to go in this groove down here. You need to pull it down as tight as you can, because this is what's going to hold everything together. So you then want to tie this, pull it down as tight as you can. This is where having decent quality yarn really comes in, because if it's not, at this point your yarn is going to snap. And you see I'm pulling this really, really tightly. And then just for added security, I pull it round, and I do it on the other side as well, just to make sure it's really, really secure. There we go. Okay. So the next thing to do is you now want to pull these bits up. And then on the other side. And then these will now come out. And there you have, fluff it up a little bit. There you have a pom-pom. Now, this is not going to be even, because it's just it being wrapped around, you're going to get bits that are a little bit longer, like here, etc. So then what you want to do, just want to use your scissors and go around and just kind of shape it, give it a haircut. This also helps make the pom-pom a bit denser. And as you're doing that, I find just giving it a bit of a shake and a fluff as you go around will kind of highlight where you need to kind of cut. So you just keep doing that all the way around. Until you get a shape that you're happy with. You might find that you're cutting quite a bit off, but that's fine. That really is how you get a really good, decent looking pom-pom. you want this all to be as even as you can. So basically, when you've done that, you're left with a gorgeous fluffy pom-pom like this. There is a bit of a size difference here. I used a bigger one on this one, so there is a size difference. So you're probably thinking, well, okay, that's great, but how do I attach it to the hat? So those strings that you had at the beginning, don't cut them, leave them attached. I'll just turn this hat inside out. So what I've done is I've threaded them through the hat. I just used a hook and I just hooked them through. I've put a really decent knot in there, and then I've just snipped the ends, and I find that makes a really nice, secure pom-pom. So there you go. That is my preferred method on how to make a pom-pom.